In this video, we want to talk about higher derivative. Now, what does higher derivative means? It means finding the derivative of a function more than one time. Let's say, for instance, if you're given a function, let's say we have fx equals 2x to the power of 2. And we are told to find f prime prime x. What does this mean? It simply means that find the derivative of the function 2x to the power of 2 times. That is, find the first derivative, which is f prime x equals 2 multiplied by 2x to the power of 2 minus 1, which equals 4x to the power of invisible 1. That is the first derivative. So the second derivative, which is the actual question, is f prime prime x equals, so this means that take this first derivative and find its derivative again. So the first derivative is 4x, so we need to find its derivative again. So we have 1 multiplied by 4x to the power of 1 minus 1. So we have 4x to the power of 0. Of course, we have 4. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. So our final answer here is 4. And that is the final answer for this problem. Let's take another problem. Let's say we have f(x) equals x squared plus 2x plus 4. And we are told to find f prime prime x. So in this case, we are to find the derivative 3 times. So let's find the first derivative. The first derivative of this function is nothing but 2x to the power of 2 minus 1 plus 1 multiplied by 2x to the power of 1 minus 1. And don't forget, the derivative of a constant is nothing but 0. So our final answer here is 2x plus 2. That is our first derivative. Our second derivative, which is f prime prime x, is nothing but 2 plus 0, which will give us nothing but 2. And let's find the third derivative, which is the actual question, f prime 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 x. So it means we find the derivative of 2. And remember, 2 is a constant. The derivative of a constant is nothing but 0. So our final answer for this question is nothing but 0. So let's solve another question. So let's say we have a function that says fx equals 4x squared plus 2x plus x. Let's say we are told to find f prime 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 x. So this means we find the first derivative, which is f prime x. So we have 2 multiplied by 4, x to the power of 2 minus 1, plus 1 multiplied by 2, x to the power of 1 minus 1, plus 1 multiplied by x to the power of 1 minus 1. We have 8x plus 2 plus 1. And at the end of it, we have 8x plus 3, which is our first derivative. A second derivative, which is the derivative of the first derivative, is nothing but 1 multiplied by 8x to the power of 1 minus 1 plus 0. So we have 8 plus 0, which is equals to 8. So the third derivative, which is the derivative of the second derivative. Our second derivative is 8. 8 is a constant. So the third derivative of 8 is nothing but 0. And the last derivative, which is the fourth derivative, and the question we were told to answer, so for the fourth derivative, we need to find the derivative of the third derivative. The third derivative is 0. So the derivative of 0 is nothing but 0. So that is it for this problem. So let us solve the last question. So let's say, for instance, we are given a question that says fx equals e to the x. Let's say we are told to find the third derivative of the function. How can we do this? Now, it means we find the first derivative of e to the x, and it is nothing but e to the x. We find the derivative, the second derivative of e to the x, which is also e to the x. We find the third derivative of the second derivative, which is e to the x. And the answer is what? E to the x. And that is it for the problem, for this problem. So let me give you some exercise for you to handle during your free time. So let's say we have fx equals 12x cubed plus 3x squared plus x. 2, we have fx equals 3x to the power of 4 minus 2x to the power of 2 plus x. 3, we have fx equals 10x squared plus 1 over 2x for fx equals e to the x plus 3x plus 1 by fx equals x to the power of 5 plus 2x to the power of 4 plus 5x to the power of 3. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.